G'day farmers, just doing a bit of work on some arrows and a little bit of work on a bow today. So here just refletching some arrows. They get damaged a lot when I'm practicing, probably because I'm not very good. But anyway, that was removing the knock there with a pair of pliers, and just take a little, I don't know what this tool is called, a de-fletching tool or something. It just scrapes the fletching and the glue off the shaft. So yep, we'll just remove the fletches with that and make sure that the shaft is nice and clean. So now I'll just remove the last arrow that I did from the jig. The jig just holds it while the glue is drying to put the fletching on. So we just insert the fletching into the slots on the jig, and then we'll get some, there's some proper glue that you can buy for fletching, and just run a little bead of glue down that inside edge and get through them all. Doesn't need to be a lot of glue. You just put the shaft in, close up the jig, put the clamp on, and we can get started on the next one, and we'll just repeat this process until we get through all the arrows. All right, so we had a bit of a mishap with our serving string here, which is where the arrow knock, clips on. So trying to fix that up now, and basically I'll have to replace this D-loop, which is what the little release clips onto, and all of this serving string from here to here with this, hopefully. That's all I could get on a weekend, but I will try and source a roll of it. I did buy some off eBay, and this stuff is absolute rubbish. You can see how thin it is, and it's just terrible. So it's pointless to me. But nonetheless, we'll give it a crack with this and see how we go. So this is my first time reserving a bow. So we'll see how we go, and yeah, watch along. Maybe we can all learn something. Alright guys, what I did was I joined the new stuff just to this shitty reel, just to give me something to pull on. Keep it untangled, might make it a bit easier. I did this little measurement before because I don't really know too much about why it goes where and all the rest of it, so all I'm simply going to do is replicate exactly what it was. So if I put my measurement on there, my serving needs to start around about there. And tighten it into that bundle. And that tail can just stay up there for a little bit. And we're just going to continue to wrap. So I'm going to do, you know, probably about 5 or so turns. And then I'm going to pull and just bring it back with my nail. Keep that tail out of the way, and we'll go another 5. Tension. Alright, so we've got almost an inch there. So we can probably get rid of that tail now, get it out of the way just to make it easier. All I have, I guess, but anyway, it was right, the tail's gone. So the rest of the tail we can just lay it down there. And back to 5. And tighten. So now we get to the tricky bit. There's a couple different ways you can do it to finish tying it off. So the easy way that I have been shown is to lay a loop on here, keep going over it, and then feed the tag through the end and pull the loop. So that's usually how I would do it. But I have just seen this method, so I'm going to give it a try. So we're going to take a fair bit of slack out, and we're going to come up past our starting point, our finishing point, and then don't let go of that end. Definitely a bit harder without their jig, but anyway, to continue sorry, I've done it the wrong way. You've got to go through the center, not the outside. This is the first time trying this method, so we'll see how it goes anyway. So we're going to hang on to that. Definitely need another set of hands here, but anyway, we're going to go through the center here. So this one doesn't have to be particularly tight or anything. We just simply want to get the wraps in there, about 12 wraps, all while maintaining tension on this end piece. So that's 12 there. Three for luck, so 15 in total. Okay, and now what I'm going to do, if I've done this the right way, that is, bring this whole entire tag with the reel on it down this way. I'm going to lay it down there, and I'm going to take this loop that I've created and continue the wrap on the piece that I held tight. So now as I'm wrapping this, we'll go our 5, and then we'll just do our little tightening up bit there. Make sure it's nice and firm. So what you'll notice now is, as I continue my wrap here, this one that we went up here and did is actually coming undone. And there we are. At the end it's completely undone, so I'm just going to keep my fingers on that end bit, just shake the pins and needles out of that one. And now all I have to do is pull on the main line, which is hard with no one holding onto the bow, and that loop is going to disappear and pull under. Make sure I get it all the way under there. Nice and tight. And then with my extremely sharp clippers here, we can cut that end off, the tag, just leave a little bit of tag hanging out there. And what I'll do now is find a lighter. Right, we've got our lighter. So your little tag in there, just make sure it's facing up so the heat goes up and we don't burn anything. And we'll just carefully melt the top. And there we go. Don't get too fussy about it, because you'll end up burning the wrap and the whole thing will come undone again. So that is reserving the center serve. Now hopefully the knocks click in, because this is a lot thinner than the old one that I had. They are definitely a bit loose, but they'll do me for a week or two until I get some more serving strings and proper stuff. Tie a D-loop I've done some stuff on a longbow, which is completely different. That doesn't have a D-loop. The D-loop is for the release device. Now, what you want to do is make a J, and the side of the J goes on the measurement, and the whole entire amount, both the tag and the string, get pulled all the way through. And just make sure that stays on the mark where you want it. We won't tighten that up too much for now, so we can move it along a little bit. But that is pretty good. Just pull it nice and tight. I am just going to turn it while I do that. We're going to come over the back. We started on the front the first time, so now the second part we're going to go on the back, and we're going to make our little D there. So I'm just going to hold it underneath. I'm going to come all the way under and back through. And then I'm going to come around. I'm going to go back under the bowstring. And back through that loop that I've just created. And we're just going to pull it down, get it roughly in place there. I want to keep my finger on that first bit and just work everything around, so that I get the size of the D-loop that I'm after. Probably a little bit big, but for a first attempt it's not too bad, I think. So now all we have to do is get that nice and tight, and then trim the little tags off and give them a bit of a so I'll only cut the short end for now in case something goes wrong, and that way I haven't cut my main line. So I can undo it and go over it again if I need to. Alright, so hopefully that is reserved with a new D-loop and ready to go. So I'm going to go and try it out, and I hope that the D-loop doesn't come undone, but we'll see how we go. Alright guys, well, the centre serving's been redone and the D-loop's been redone. So we'll come out here to the little target shot. I'm only about, I don't know, somewhere between 18 metres, something like that. It's about 30 paces, but we'll just see how we go and see how well we did with the serving. I'm definitely going to change it again, but it's good enough for now. Good enough for a few practices anyway.
get a few into it, and then we'll go and see how we did. I do have another camera set up down there, so we can see it as I shoot. And once I'm pretty confident that I'm hitting, you know, in the target area most of the time, I'll go back a couple meters and probably work our way up to probably, I'd say, about, I don't know, 30 meters. Hopefully I don't shoot my other camera that's down there, eh? Well, that one was no good. Sometimes you shoot a few too many and you start getting a little bit tired in the muscles, a bit fatigued and a little bit wobbly. You should only shoot a few at a time and have a quick break. There you go. We'll go down there and see how we did. So there's 4 there that are not too bad. And 2 that have tried to escape all the way through the bales. Unfortunately, that sort of ruins them a lot of the time, but